Hello and welcome back to Justice for Jean Alesi to Benetton Boogaloo, and round 2 brings us to a track that everyone loves. Everyone loves to watch it, I think everyone loves to drive it. It is of course Interlagos in Sao Paulo, Brazil, but despite all the love, it was not kind to us last year. With Panis we qualified 11th and finished 9th, didn't look like we were going to get anywhere near the points. So I'm hoping this time around with, a season of experience, now having the manual gears and a little performance boost of the Benetton, we can get in the points, because that's the most important thing. Consistent scoring throughout the season is going to keep us in the championship even at our weaker round. So even if I can just pick up 1 or 2 points today, that would be something. Now if you have commented on round 1 of the series, thank you very much, but unfortunately I'm not going to be able to respond to you because if you have commented, those comments don't exist yet. I'm recording this episode before releasing round 1. So if anyone has been helpful and told me what happens in terms of the no weather forecast, dry tyres in wet weather situation, I don't know. I bring that up because Interlagos, Brazil is quite famous for having changeable weather, and I can just imagine having, say, a dry qualifying session, sticking with dry tyres, and then we have monsoon weather for the start of the race. If it was going to happen anywhere, probably going to happen here. So as mentioned in the intro, we could only manage 11th with Panis last season, and it was the first example of where tracks that had longer sweeping corners would prove a bit of a weakness for us. The AI would just be on rails through them and we'd really struggle. I'm hoping that the manual gears will be able to fix that a little bit, because sometimes it's a case of maybe the car just needed to change down to help get the traction, or maybe it's a case of not changing up early enough. I don't know. I'm hoping that will provide some of the answer. I'm really not sure about my setup though, because you saw from the footage it was monsooning in practice, so I couldn't get anywhere near my times from last year just because of the weather, so I have no idea if I've gone along the right path with setup. I've put dry tyres on to start this session. In real life, Alesi managed 6th place in the Benetton, while teammate Berger managed 3rd. It was Villeneuve from Schumacher at the front, unsurprisingly. So we're going to continue to be optimistic, despite what I've just said, and I'm going to try and match or beat Alesi's real-life 6th place in the Benetton. And for the second race in a row, we go from wet practice to dry qualifying. Last year, almost 8 seconds between the Justice for Olivier Panis pole and the real pole, so we've got to be good here as we fight our way through the CNRS and down the Retro Posta. Now you're about to see me having manual gears does help with car control, but it's not the smoothest. You'll see what I mean in a second. So, heading into Descida del Lago, there is not really a defined braking zone, you just kind of have to judge it on the apex. I switched down to first, you could probably take it in second, and then we head down to Ferradura. This one I ran wide most of the time last year, but again, just gradually down through the gears, hold it through the inside, and just felt like I had better car control through this middle sector. This is where we lose all the time. It was these corners last year that caused all the problems. And as you can see, I'm very much snatching at the wheel, just because it's not a wheel, it's an analog stick. But it's much more controlled than last year. My face says I'm not happy with it, and as we head towards the end of Sector 2, I'm only half a second down, which I suppose isn't too bad, but we also know that Villeneuve is going to improve throughout the session. Heading down the straight, which is essentially Sector 3, the Benetton's got good straight line speed. It did in real life. Benetton performed really well in 1997 on tracks with lots of straights, so this will help us here, and we go into the 1 minute 10s. Head down, I want to go straight into another lap, but no! No! At least I'm quicker than last year, but okay, so as far as I'm aware, I at least have gone quicker, but it's not the gain I was hoping for. It's Villeneuve from Frentzen, a Williams lockout on the front row, Irvine 3rd, Schumacher can only manage 4th, another poor qualifying from him, Berger 5th, Ralf Schumacher in 6th, and we wait. Where are we? I nearly reacted to Panis. We're not Panis anymore. Panis was 9th. We're 10th. Okay, so we're 1 place better off than we were last season. So at least we start in the top 10. So I don't know now if I'm hopeful for rain. I've stuck with the slick tyres. So in real life, this is the race where Villeneuve won from pole, but he got beaten off the line twice by Michael Schumacher. First time around, Villeneuve went off into the CNRSs and was very, very lucky that there was a red flag and a full restart, so he got to just pretend it never happened. And And second time round he got beaten off the line again, but kept his cool, was only dropped to second, and then pretty much retook the lead a lap later, and it was plain sailing from there. Alesi converted his 6th grid slot into a 6th place finish, while a fading Schumacher in the race could only manage 5th from his 2nd place grid slot, which meant Berger would go up and get 2nd for Benetton. And it would be ahead of a famous 3rd place finish for Olivier Panis, the first for the Prost F1 team. For us, when we were Panis last year, and again I need to remind myself clearly, when we were Panis last year, we got a horrible start, but benefited from the T1 like concertina, and then we kind of fought with Fisichella throughout and we managed 9th. In the dry, I think we're obviously going to struggle again, so if I can just get a good start and maybe find myself in the points positions and hang on from there, that would be good. I know that was a strategy a lot of times last year and it didn't work. My target is going to be Alesi's real life 6th place. If I can manage that from where I am, knowing what the track is like, I would be happy with that. So once again, it is wet practice, dry quali, dry race. The rain will not be a saviour or a damnation today as the lights go out in Interlagos. And we just have to see what we can do. So into T1. Not that much of a quantity, but this... Oh, there is a bit. Oh! I wouldn't say I hit David Coulthard. I think I was up the inside and we just clattered wheels. I feel that the Master Chin himself turned in on me there. So... Oh, I've got to gain a few more places. Oh, but there's a slow Ferrari up ahead. Need to focus on my gear changes again. Why was I going through that in 4th gear? Right, I do need to concentrate immediately. Because while the pack's bunched up, I can see points, and I might not see them again. I think once again the middle sector is going to be a write-off. I think basically from that final corner all the way through to sort of the start of sector 2. Oh, we have a couple of slow cars. Oh! What Ferrari was that? Schumacher and a Ferrari. Is it brothers coming together? Because we've got Fisichella ahead of us, I think. We're staying with the Jordan for now. Wow. Okay.
Race order. In first place, heinz-harald. In second place, Williams #1. In third place, Eddie Irvine. Fourth, Gerhard Berger. In 5th position, Giancarlo Fisichella. In 6th, Jean Alesi. The gap is growing.
Sorry, I can only do faces through the middle sector because I really need to concentrate. So the Schumacher brothers have collided at turn 1. Michael Schumacher, relentlessly consistent, not in the points. Frentzen leads. Oh, what an opportunity. We go side by side with Fisichella. Oh, bang. Oh, I just need to try and get through. We are past Fisichella, but we are past him up to a place where we're weak, and he did a great move on us last year here. Definitely hugged the inside. We're not going to give him a chance to do that again. Oof. I feel like I'm having to just... Oh, God damn it. God damn it. Once again, same as last year, we are going to have a Barney with Giancarlo Fisichella. Oh, why am I only changing down to 3rd? Come on. Go defensive, I'm going to go for it. Oh, I'd say that was a pretty good move. That's what happens when you change down to the right gear in a corner. Engine braking, really important. Right, I'm going to shut up so I don't lose this place again. Oh, come on! Oh, good lord. That middle sector is awful for me. As I think I tried to say a couple of laps ago, because I'm scrambling just to try and be quick and having to wrestle the car through that middle sector, I'm getting a lot of accidental lookbacks. Berger now is up into the podium positions. Brilliant work, Gerhard. So now we don't have a Jordan buzzing right behind us. I'm definitely a bit tidier through the middle sector, but as you can see, it's not quite enough to shut the gap to Irvine. What's this going to be?
His lap time is quicker than the car he's chasing.
So it's interesting to know my lap time is quicker, but I feel like I'm probably only quicker over 2 of the 3 sectors, and I feel like the middle sector is the longest one. Stay quiet, because I might. No, shut up.
He's closing the gap.
Me shutting myself up there. I just don't want to think about the possibility of maybe catching Irvine. At the minute I am, down to 3 seconds. And the lap I'm about to have now is actually pretty tidy, probably one of the tidiest middle sectors I have all race. But it still loses me enough time to essentially take me out of the fight. This is the biggest issue I had with this race. Manual gears felt like a lifesaver. I felt like I had so much control over the car through these corners. But the issue is I'm just struggling to be smooth with the analog stick, and I think it's also in the back of my mind that I keep having, you know, the accidental look back. So that is slightly distracting mid-corner.
He's losing ground.
Dear. Unfortunately, at this point, I think it's where I become resigned that maybe Irvine might just be too far away. I'm going to need to pull out 2 incredible laps if I'm going to catch Irvine, because the gap was coming down, but just not quick enough, sadly.
And it's the last lap of the race. The car in front will be getting worried after that lap time. Jean Alesi is one of the most exciting and unpredictable drivers.
Oh, a couple more laps. Well, I say a couple more laps. A couple more consistent laps, and I might have caught Irvine. But the issue is round here, well, I've definitely been a lot quicker and better than I was last year. For me to be the level of quick I want to be, to say maybe get in the top 3, I'm just not consistent enough. I need to kind of do it on the ragged edge. And the issue with that is, it's just not worth the risk. So I've driven within myself, but fortunately, it seems like it's worked out incredibly well, he says. Oh no, no, don't get rid of it now! Oh, good lord. Very nearly had an embarrassing moment there. We hold on, it's a race to the line behind us! And the Prost just misses out on the points. Oh, what a result for us. What a race. I'm kind of a bit disoriented because I was trying to commentate, but as soon as I commentated I was awful today because I really needed to concentrate. But we've managed with a pretty good result in the end, and heinz-harald wins for Williams 2 races earlier than he did in real life. His first race when he holds off Villeneuve. Villeneuve still hasn't won a race after 2 rounds. Unbelievable. Even more remarkable, no Michael Schumacher in the points. Him and Ralph are going to be having fisticuffs at dawn because what happened with them at turn 1? Unbelievable. Berger, brilliant result. This is what we need if we want to be in the constructors fight. Great work, Gerhard. Irvine 4th and Fisichella in 6th, just holding off one of the Prosts. I imagine that would have been Panis. Scenes, incredible scenes. Heinz-Harald Frentzen is now your World Championship leader by 1 point. It's Frentzen from Alesi from Villeneuve. Schumacher stays 4th. Irvine and Berger tied for 5th with 4 points. Oh, what a start. Oh, I'm loving this. In the constructors though, it starts to look like a familiar pattern. The 1-2 for Williams means they go into the lead by 7 points from Benetton, but you know, good double finish for us, so it keeps us in the hunt. Very good indeed. We're ahead of Ferrari. Hans team are Hansing in 1997 as well. And then the McLaren versus Jordan fight begins, 2-1, 4th and 5th at the minute. So, the important thing of scoring points in weaker tracks has started well, but we go straight to another one, to Argentina. I think this was worse if I remember rightly. So, can we keep the run going at Argentina? What a start to the season. It's good. We are in the fight. Villeneuve is not invincible so far. Schumacher, ugh. I mean, I can't imagine that happening too often though. I feel like they'll be backing with a vengeance. Oh, it's going to be a good season. I mean, it's going to be tough. There's going to be rounds where I'm going to have to just really concentrate. Oh, come on. Game on. Sorry, I know it's a 25-year-old PlayStation game, but it's fun. I like it.